Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
The bug! The bug rules!
People love everything. So this is the question and answer part of the thing. I'm sure you guys have a bunch of questions for John Charles Meyer right here. Where are we going to start at here? You got any questions? Got to have some questions. Raise your hand.
What was your inspiration for the design of the bug, specifically like the horns out in the front?
I actually came on as a producer after they started shooting miniatures. Millennium Bug. He just thought it was a great name for a horror movie and nobody had ever taken it, so he started writing a script around that.
Cool.
Specifically the bug, it was a fair amount of trial. Around was building sets and haunted houses. And so he had a lot of experience with set production and creatures and mummies and monsters and all that. And he wanted something that could be both animatronic and man in suit. He didn't want to do things the CGI route, so it had to be movable and something they could mechanize. And it just sort of was trial and error from there.
Really beautiful. Great job.
It's not a true insect, Vegas. My scientist friends got to point out it didn't have 6 legs.
Bugosaurus gynosuit.
Yeah, it's. I think at some point I heard him describe it as part woolly mammoth, part insect, part alien. You know, the movie Alien. So somewhere in there. There are 3 iterations of the bug. There's one that's miniature. The head's no bigger than a human head, and that was a lot of the animatronic stuff and a lot of the miniatures sort of juxtaposed against the town. Then there was a human-sized one worn as a suit. That was actually the first one built, and that took about 4 months to build. And then the last one, when they realized that they couldn't get it eating humans without making it bigger, they went and bought a 300-pound block of styrofoam, roughly the size of a Volkswagen, and carved just the head out of the styrofoam so that they had a head to work with so that we could all get chewed up.
Did it really eat those people?
Yeah, I was inside the bug. Styrofoam and fiberglass. Not the most comfortable hour of my life, but, you know. Yeah.
How heavy was the suit to wear?
I didn't wear it, so I can't say. But my sense is that it wasn't actually the heft of it, the size of it that was the problem. It was the enclosed nature of it. When the bug dies and all the fluids come out and they had smoke pouring out of the head, the actor inside of it damn near asphyxiated. I mean, they really had all kinds of crap going on inside the suit. So I think that was a bigger problem than the actual size of it. The actor who wore it is actually a pretty big guy, too, so he does a lot of stunt work.
Are we going to see any coverage of this in, like, the monster magazines, Famous Monsters of Filmland, or...?
I don't know that magazine specifically, but I know your television show is...
Oh, yeah.
Is
going to be all over it, definitely.
I appreciate that. We've gotten a fair amount of reviews and a lot of horror movie blogs and horror movie sort of genre press. We haven't approached all of them yet because we don't have distribution yet. We're hoping to lock that down in the next couple of months, and then once we do, we're going to open the floodgates to any and all in the press. But
I think people all over the country would go see this movie. What do you think?
Yeah.
Good stuff, dude. Okay.
I hope you're right.
I
hope you're right.
How long was the production?
From beginning to end, about 3 years. They rented the warehouse in mid-2008, started building the sets and building the monster. They spent a full year working with just sets and monsters and miniatures before they cast any humans. And then about 8 months shooting people, and then about a year in post-production.
Do you all have another project?
We do. There is a sequel in the works. It's called MB3K.
Yes!
Millennium Bug only comes out once every 3,000 years, so 3,000 is the next time he'll surface. Yes, futuristic landscape and
futuristic hillbillies.
Yeah, I don't know about hillbillies. I might not be playing the idiot card this time, but yeah, there's definitely a sequel in the works.
If we dumped radioactive waste on it, would it speed things up a bit?
I will throw it by the director. I'll see if that. Thanks, everybody, very much for coming. Thanks especially to a lot of my friends who came out today. DC used to be home, so I got a lot of friendly faces in the crowd tonight. Friends and non-friends alike, I'll be outside selling T-shirts and posters and DVDs for a few minutes.
That's right, everybody needs to take home a DVD of this movie. Good one, huh? You got to show your friends.
The DVDs are only $15.
Yeah.
If you do a DVD and a T-shirt together, it's only $25. I take credit cards. This is funding the sequel. I'm not getting paid for this. But yeah, thanks very much for coming out and supporting, and also to the genre fans who've been here all weekend. I've met a bunch in the last couple of days. Thank you very much for coming out and supporting independent cinema.
Yeah. Any more questions, ladies and germs? I got one right.
Yeah. I know it's gotten a lot of mention in the press that it's gotten so far, both lauding it and deriding it. Some people really like that, some people really don't. I don't know if there's precedent for it. I think to some degree the director and his brother, who was the lead producer, they grew up, their parents in Cleveland, Ohio owned a movie theater. And they grew up just watching Jaws and Godzilla and Alien, and they liked all the old creature features. And I think to some degree this started off script-wise as just sort of an homage to everything they'd ever seen. And at some point they pared it down. It didn't end up being everything. The original script was much more comedy-focused, and it had a musical number and aliens and all kinds of other stuff. So they made it a little, I don't know if serious is the right word, but a little less, cornball, hopefully, I think. Anybody else? Oh, yeah.
You think the straw man will be on the soundtrack?
It was brought up once on the set, but I didn't push it too hard. Yeah, who knows? Eventually that'll happen sometime.
The guy who played the uncle.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen him in movies before. Oh, what was that guy's name?
His name is Trek Loneman.
Right.
He's done a lot of westerns. And he's the only actor in this film who's worked with the director from day one. They've done everything they've done together. The director just loves him, so.
You know what I really like? I like the scene where the hatchet came flipping through the air and hit the old lady in the face. Wasn't that great?
Usually gets a response.
Splat. Right on. Well, let's hear it for John Charles.
Yeah.
Millennium Bug. Spread the word. Good stuff. Spooky Movie Film Festival 2008. What is it, 2008 already?
Please stick around for the 10 o'clock show. If you have tickets for it, you can stick around here.
We have
Be
zombies.
outside.